quick vid on the couch talking to you guys. Listen, I'm on the couch, man. I'm watching Love is Blind. And one of my short kings, man, he's man, he just met his new wife. And the first few minutes are a bit awkward, right? Bit awkward. That's understandable, right? Like you just meeting a complete stranger you just been talking to behind the wall. I get it. You're nervous. And then you meet the girl, and maybe you may have thoughts that she's out of your league. She's pretty. I mean, you just told her a million times how pretty she is and how. Stop. Calm down. You need to stay cool, calm, and collected right now. Because guess what? You're that guy. In the words of Vince Vaughn in the movie Swingers, you're so money. You're so money, you don't even see it. Now, I'm on this part where he's now on the couch with his wife, right? He got his arm around her. He didn't kind of calm down a little bit. And I don't know, I just kind of felt something come out of him that I didn't see in the previous scenes where, he's putting the ring on her and he's talking to her and like breaking the ice. But it just made me realize this. Do you think he makes mistakes? Now look, he done finally calmed his little ass down. And and I just felt I could see God. I know bear with me. I don't care if you believe whether you believe in God or not. Who do you think you are? Like, how do you that's another topic for another video, but the point I'm trying to make here is, man, when he calmed down and kissed her, that's when I saw that shine through him. That's when his aura kind of expanded and filled up the room the way she needed it to fill up the room for her to feel comfortable and feel like her saying yes was not a mistake. The point of this video is for me to say to all my men watching this video, you need to know that you are you enough. I could understand he's a short king, right? He's 5'8". He's meeting a beautiful blonde. To him, she's probably this. He probably in his head feels like he's not deserving of that. But what you need to realize as a man, as a human being, honestly, but I'm coming from a man's perspective, so I'm talking to my men. Guys, what you need to realize is, and I'm talking to myself too, man. Like, I'm not exempt from this message, but what you need to realize is that, man, do you think he makes him? Do you think he makes mistakes? You are 5'8". There's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. Do you think he makes mistakes? You have to own who you fucking are. Excuse my language. You have to own who you are. And let that fill up your aura. Let that fill up your spirit when you are communicating with others. Not just women, but men. Know that he doesn't make mistakes. You are who you are. You can't change your height. You can't change who your parents are. You can't change just these little minute things that has nothing to do with whether you want it to be like this or not. These are just genetics. You didn't have a say-so in the matter. So why be in your head about it? I can understand this guy's on this couch and probably thinking a million and one thoughts about how he may not be worthy of a woman of this caliber. But man, that couldn't be further from the truth. Something that I struggled with when I was, my first year at Kennesaw State, I was 21 years old. I was on a big campus, coming from a small community college where I didn't see girls I was often attracted to. When I moved to a big school and there were so many more girls, hot girls that I thought was like drop dead, there was something in me that wanted those girls. And I remember just approaching girls and being scared, like shake to the point where I would be shaking, walking up to girls, but I knew that I had to do it because I couldn't live in this box of fear. I couldn't do it. It took a lot of work on myself. But I think intuitively and subconsciously, I always knew that there was something about me that was gonna be good enough for this girl to like me. Whether it was my personality, whether it was like a little quirk about me, like my voice or, the way I bite my nails. Like, I don't know. It was gonna be something that was gonna allow me to get through to her that I'm good enough, and if you choose me, if you'll have me, you're gonna win. Yeah, you're the one that's coming out on top. You know, not to say that I'm the. It's not that. It's, trust me, this is not that conversation. It's not about who's the prize and who's not. But I knew that if she didn't say yes to me, it was her loss, not mine. Because again, I just had inside of me this knowing that there is something in me. There's something about me. And it's not just me, but it's all in all of us. But so many times we let these thoughts consume us to where we're thinking so small about ourselves when really we forget that we are him. You know, we can never be him. I know it sounds like I'm preaching right now, but look, it is a Sunday. But we can never be him, but we're him in the flesh. And he doesn't make mistakes. This is why we are who we are. So for any guy out there who, and guys, I told you that story, but I still was battling with deep insecurities, but I still did what I knew was gonna get me the girls that I wanted. And still to this day, sometimes, I mean, I'm in a relationship now, but there's still times where I question myself. Still. And it's natural, but you don't let those thoughts dictate how you deal with people. You have to face those insecurities head on and realize that those are lies. And yeah, like there are gonna be women who don't accept that you're small, but they're gonna be more receptive to you and your height when you have a big presence. You can't be small and have a small presence. You can't do both, bruh. You have to develop the aura of a big person. If you're small, you're frail, at least have the presence of someone big. And how do you do that? You do that by realizing that God didn't make no mistake when he made you. And you are enough, but you have to see it first, and then you exude that into the world. You're already perfect the way you are. But it takes working on yourself to truly realize it and internalize it to where now people are convinced. People have that conviction when they meet you that you know it. And until you know it, it's obsolete. Moral of this message, man, is whether you're tall, short, doesn't matter. You're you. And he didn't make any mistakes. And that's not to say that there's not room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. That's not what I'm saying is there's always room for improvement. But just know that who you are and the foundation you've been given, the cards you've been dealt, is perfect. Now what you do from here, you play them to the best of your ability. And you maximize this character that you're playing in your own movie. Hope that lands.